Well, time will tell, given that Thursday, that's when Treasury Cabinet Secretary is expected to present the proposed budget that is going to inform how government intends to rake in the revenue to spend the proposed budget there for the financial year 2024 that kicks off at the end of June this year, running all the way to June 2025. We'll be keeping tabs on that, and we'll have an in-depth analysis of what your expectations are as Wanjiku professional and leaders are ahead of that particular presentation, as well as your reactions to what is going to be presented on Thursday. Now, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers has vowed to persist with a strike that now enters its 72nd day as negotiations with the government remained deadlocked. Addressing the press after meeting Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni at the Ministry of Health offices in Nairobi, the union, led by its Secretary General George Kibore, accused the government of lacking goodwill in resolving their grievances.
We have heard, including the CS, prosecuting them on media and all over, trying to portray clinical officers like we are looking for 400, I think 500,000 or 500% of our salary increment. That is not true. We are asking for 15,000, which we agreed in the year 2021. Now, this is a matter that we have also engaged with the Council of Governors. They have said they are willing to implement provided resources is provided to them, because then they also understand that clinicians are really suffering and struggling to make end meet.
In some counties and in some hospitals, they are utilizing interns who are not supposed to see patients independently. And they are using them, giving them a little bit of some cash for there to be seen to have clinicians who are seeing patients, which is very wrong. It is unethical and immoral. So we will stay on strike until we can regain our professional respect, our professional dignity.
The 72nd day is today, and we'll be keeping tabs on what is happening in that particular sector. Now, chaos erupted at a political rally in Ndendero Ward, Kiambaa constituency in Kiambu County, as supporters of the National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and those of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua clashed. During his address, Ichung'wah had accused Gachagua of advancing tribal politics in his one-man, one-vote, one-shilling revenue formula proposal. The criticism angered the area MCA David Manyara and his demand that he be given the audience. An audience was met by a tax-backed group of youth.
The groundbreaking ceremony for construction of Wangunyu Technical and Vocational Training Institute in Kiambu County turned political, with National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah leading attacks on Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on his revenue-sharing formula proposal and unity drive in Mount Kenya region.
Zaidi ya hiyo ametupa CEOs, akatupa chairman wa parastatals, na kwa hivyo hatuwezi kuwa tunaenda njia nyingine yoyote ila kusema tutakuwa nyuma ya president wetu.
Tujiulize sisi kama wananchi, mtu kama ameshindwa na kazi yake asitutumie sisi kutuambia turudi kwa siasa za ukabila, ili atutumie sisi kujitafutia yeye mwenyewe kushibisha tumbo yake.
These remarks did not go down well with the area member of County Assembly David Manyara. When he attempted to defend the deputy president, a group of rowdy youths stormed the tent where he was seated and began attacking him. Police offering security at the event came to his rescue and led him out of the venue. But it was a little too late as the MCA sustained injuries that left him in hospital.
Nimegongwa mpaka kichwa, nimeangushwa chini, nimepigwa miguu na nimekanyangwa nikiwa chini. Na kuna ushahidi kwa sababu picha ziko hata nikiwa chini.
It's important that we maintain political tolerance. Now, Kenya has called for a united voice in championing Africa's common position for the reforms of the United Nations Security Council. Speaking during the 11th ministerial meeting of the Committee of 10, C10 of the African Union on the reforms of the United Nations Security Council in Algiers, Algeria, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi said the restructuring process must recognize Africa as an exceptional and priority case. The Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary noted that the continent must seize the current opportunity to galvanize political support for representation in the Council.
The ministerial meeting is timely and particularly significant in the lead up to the September United Nations Summit of the future. We as Africa must seize the opportunity offered by the summit of the future and its outcome document, the Pact of the Future, to galvanize political support for an expeditious Security Council reform that prioritizes Africa and a reform process that recognizes that Africa must be treated as an exceptional and priority case, as stated. As we intensify our engagement with other member states, interested groups, and regional groups, we must ensure that the presentation of the common African position reform model is underpinned by an in-depth appreciation of the historical and political context then and now.
First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto has warned students to be wary of cybercrime and bullying, even as the government rolls out digital hubs in public secondary schools. Mama Ruto said the digital hubs provide a perfect learning infrastructure for both students and teachers. As such, must be used positively as intended by the government. She spoke as she joined Information, Communication and the Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo at the launch of the digital hub. Here's Chola Simon with the details.
Butere Girls in Kakamega County was the latest public secondary school to receive a fully equipped digital laboratory as the government continues to enhance digital literacy in the country.
This digital hub will provide you with relevant skills that will prepare you for the digital Kenya you will encounter after you finish your studies here. It will enable you to learn and enhance your computer skills for general knowledge or for those who will take computer studies as an examinable course. This hub will also spare your parents the resources they would have spent on computer course fees when you complete school.
The government, through the Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy, has rolled out over 200 such digital labs in both public secondary schools and technical and vocational education and training institutions.
As you access digital platforms, I also urge you to take caution, especially around cybercrime, cybersecurity, and cyberbullying. Every student should exercise personal responsibility and self-discipline, ensuring that their computer time is productive and contributes to their desired future.
First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto, an alumni of Butere Girls, was on hand to launch the latest digital hub.
On behalf of the Butere Girls High School and alumni, thank you, Waziri Eliud Owalo, and your team from Konza City for setting up this digital hub that will enable our students to enhance their digital skills.
This again will help us drastically reduce the cost of education, because education, the President has said many a time, is the greatest equalizer. We have had in our history instances where very bright students fail to make it to university because of lack of fees. We want to make education affordable under this government of Dr. William Samoei Ruto to facilitate inclusivity in pursuit of higher education. We don't want any Kenyan to be left behind just because of the challenge of lack of fees.
Information, Communication and the Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo said the government was keen on enhancing the digital space in the country.
In the not too distant future, if we pursue this journey to a logical conclusion and go the full hog, we should be able, while leveraging on technology, to sort out the fundamental unemployment challenges that we have been facing in this country. As we speak, I'm under instructions from His Excellency the President to ensure that in each and every ward in this country, we are going to set up a digital hub where we are going to train our young boys and girls on ICT skills.
Walo revealed plans to fast-track a rollout of digital superhighway that will see homes with electricity access affordable and reliable network. Achola Simon, Kisumu County.
That takes us to the corridors of justice, where the Director of Criminal Investigation has been granted only 4 days to continue detaining 4 police officers and 2 civilians, as well as wrap up investigations into a case where 6 allegedly stole over 2 million shillings from a parked motor vehicle at Kasarani Police Station in Nairobi. Trial Magistrate Godfrey Onserigo declined to grant the 14 days sought by the prosecution, noting that the 4 days will be sufficient.
Magistrate Godfrey Onserigo on Monday ruled that the 4 police officers and 2 civilians will remain in police custody for a period of 4 days. Defense counsels led by David Riungu on Monday told the magistrate that the accused were facing challenges in the cells. One officer reportedly had an asthma attack and needed urgent medical attention.
We plead with this court to issue an order for them to attend the clinic at Kenyatta National Hospital for chest review to assess to what extent that he suffered.
However, the application to have their mobile phones and a motor vehicle release was declined by the court. The suspects will be produced in court on Friday to confirm the progress of the investigation.
Anthony Mwenda is escorted to Kenyatta National Hospital for medical attention. And since the motor vehicles and the mobile phones are part of the investigations, the application is rejected at this point.
And a convict, Anthony Kariuki, has been sentenced to 2 years in prison or a fine of 50,000 shillings for each of the 4 counts he was found guilty of. Kariuki, who will serve the sentences concurrently, was found guilty of illegal refilling of liquefied gas cylinders, trading and dealing with gas cylinders belonging to another licensee, supplying the cylinders to the market without a seal, and transporting the cylinders without a valid license.
The court has considered the duration that the matter has been in court since its commencement, and equally the pre-sentencing report. You have a right of appeal 14 days from today.
Trial Magistrate Dolphina Alego further issued a warrant of arrest for Green Energy Limited, which is implicated in the crime committed in Embakasi, Nairobi. Elsewhere, over 200 traders from Gikomba Market in Nairobi have filed a fresh application seeking an injunction against Nairobi County Government.
Tunaenda asubuhi, hakuna mahali ya kutandika manguo zetu. Zingine ziliharibika, vibanda walibomoa, hatukuwa na notice. Kwanza mimi nilikuwa nimetoka kwa maombolezi ya dada yangu.
The land that will remain bare, wanaipangia kazi gani? Na ndio sababu tunasema hatupingi project yao, lakini shamba yetu iko mbali sana na project yao.
In the petition, the traders cite the demolition have caused them big losses in their businesses, and their children have been chased away from school due to lack of school fees.
Business where farmers in Laikipia County are embracing geranium, which is used to manufacture perfume, as a way of diversifying their income. Here's Benson Rioba with the details.
Laikipia County are steadily embracing geranium as a substitute cash crop. The drought-resistant crop that was introduced in the area in the year 2020 has been embraced by farmers. Farmers have been contracted to produce the cash crop for the export market.
Na hii mmea wakati tulikuwa tunapanda ni kuchibua tu shimo, unaweka mbolea, unaletewa mbegu na hiyo kampuni ya kutoka ardhini. Sasa kutoka kupanda unangojea miezi 4. Miezi 4 ikiisha mmea unakomaa, unatafuta watu, unaajiri watu wa kukata na kubemba.
Geranium is processed and oil is derived from its leaves, where a liter of oil is sold at between 18,000 shillings and 24,000 shillings in export markets.
Hii geranium ikipelekwa kwa kampuni inatolewa dawa na mafuta. Hii geranium tunalima tukiwa members 54. Huwa tunakutana kila mwezi kwa kikundi.
Lucy Kinywa is one of such farmer who has half an acre under geranium. She crops thrice a year and says she harvests an average of 150 kilos per season.
Kila mwisho wa mwaka kampuni ya kutoka Adhin yenye iko factory iko na Rumoro huwa anatupee dividend.
Geranium is pest resistant and is used to intercrop other crops.
Tulianea ni vizuri kulima hii mmea wa geranium juu huku kuna kujaga ndovu. Geranium haikudhuriwi na busi, ng'ombe wala ndovu.
The FAO and UN Women meeting have trained farmers on proper bookkeeping to sustain the geranium business.
Comes to training, we've had a lot of collaboration with the county, not only just the county but also other development partners. We've had a lot of close relationship with them.
For Channel 1, I'm Benson Rigoba.
Now, agribusiness is a way to go, given that, agriculture value chain contributes at least up to 20 or 15% of the country's GDP there. And if you want to know more about that particular plant that we have highlighted there, is that it is said that it can relieve anxiety, depression and insomnia, and it is as well as used to balance your hormones and improving the complexion. So if you're thinking of diversifying your agri-product, well, there's a product that is being tested right here locally. Now, economists are warning that increasing taxes could reduce consumer spending and ultimately hamper economic growth. PKF Senior Audit Manager Malkesh Shah says Kenya also risks losing potential investors to neighboring countries due to unpredictable tax policies. Shah says higher excess duty on money transfer services and additional VAT on financial services, as well as a new motor vehicle circulation tax, would increase cost for consumers.
We cannot be waking up. It's year one, export and investment promotion levy has come in. Now we are talking about eco levy. So what will we be talking about next year? So that lack of the national tax policy and alignment of that to international best practice is what is actually the biggest concern.
Government for now should be focusing on cutting expenditure. There's no point of growing our budget from 3.4 trillion to 4 trillion. That's a very, very huge jump in an economy that is really struggling, where the business community is suffocated by taxes. And we feel that the government overly has been completely insensitive.
People do get a little bit tired. People get stressed out. And when you have a lot of stress, that people will now stop spending more money, which is not good for the economy because of the taxes. So I think we need to look for a way where we can put more money into the 1 inch, as I said. So more money gets circulated, businesses can make money, businesses can grow, so we can create employment. We create employment, we get more PAY out of it.
Now we'll hear the direction that government takes, given that Thursday is when the proposed budget is to be presented to Parliament there, and we'll be keeping tabs on that, including an in-depth analysis on what your expectations are, as well as what your reactions will be post-presentation. To sports, the national under-17 women's soccer team Junior Starlets head coach Mildred Cheche is focused on completing a double against Burundi in the second leg of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier on Sunday at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Kenya beat Burundi 3-0 in their first leg fourth round fixture played yesterday in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Junior Starlets are 90 minutes away from making history as the first team to qualify for a FIFA World Cup. Head coach Mildred Cheche says they were able to beat Burundi owing to the respect they had for the squad and the adequate preparations they had before the first leg on Sunday. Despite carrying a healthy first leg lead, Cheche says the squad is focused on getting the job done on Sunday.
It's a big task. It's one for the history. So the girls are prepared to make sure we finish well. So we will encourage them, we will keep working for the 5 days we have, and then hopefully we get a positive result that will make the country proud and our families proud.
Natumai ya kwamba tunaenda kuandikisha historia yenye ambayo any other team ijaiandikisha, and I'm very proud of my team. Wana coordinate na mimi, nikisema twende hivi, they're just following me, because without discipline hatungefika hapa penye tuko.
Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba, who was at the airport to receive the team, stated that the team's performance reflects on the programs put in place by the government to tap and harness talent.
If you invest in it,
you will reap the fruits. As the Swahili say, ukiona vyaelea vimeundwa. You are seeing vikielea kwa sababu vimefanya nini? Vimeundwa, and Talanta Hela has been a big part of that. We'll continue to improve it, we'll continue to strengthen it, we'll continue to broaden it to give more opportunities to more young people.
With history beckoning, Ababu challenged Sales not to rest on their laurels, urging football fans to turn up in large numbers and cheer the squad.
Go for it, girls. Finish the journey. It has been an epic journey. You are right on the edge of finishing it. Finish the journey and make history. And the names of all these beautiful girls will be etched in Kenyan history in golden letters. I want every Kenyan really to be at Ulinzi Sports Complex on Sunday. We want that stadium to be full to the rafters. We want it to rock. I want to feel Ulinzi rock. I want the energy to permeate the entire field and seep all the way to the girls and energize them to cross the finishing tape.
The aggregate winner of the fourth and final qualification round is set to represent Africa at the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, scheduled 16th of October through to November 3rd in Dominican Republic. Africa will be represented by 3 countries.
Well, I would say that puts a cap on matters in the headlines this morning. Be sure to visit our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke, and have a look at what is happening in as far as a clinical officers strike that enters the 72nd day today, as well as what Treasury is planning for you and I as Kenyans ahead of Thursday. I'm Regina Manyara. I leave in the capable hands of Victor and Mike as they take you through the rest of the programming. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your viewing.